2021 Ford Ranger with the 2.3 turbo engine. What we're doing on this is we're using FDRS because this is an FDRS vehicle with the CARDAC 3 Plus, and we're doing some software updates. There's a FCIM front controls interface module update, and then which is what we're doing now. I didn't start the video in time, but what we're going to do after this is the APIM, which is the sync module update there in the center. This is sync 3.4. It's right now, I think it is 3.4 something. I guess they call it sync 3. But it's my first time doing one of these, especially these sync ones. So we have a USB drive we're going to use as well. It's got a 64 gig. I think all you need is a 32 gig, and I'll show you where it tells me that in the service data, and it should walk us through it. I got the computer plugged in, I got the screensaver off, security off, and I got a power supply hooked up. So we'll do this FCIM update. It's probably been going now for about, I don't know, 10 minutes, and it just came back online there. So it says it's checking software download. It's updating module configuration now. So when there's some changes, now it's sending the module to the Ford server. So it says ignition off. Turn it off. I'm going to go and hit OK. Application finished. Press OK to enter or to continue. So now it's going to rescan everything. I'm going to have to turn the key back on. So that update should be done. You'll see here. I'm just going to read the modules again. Yeah, so there it is. Let me turn the key on, engine off again. So before, there was the FCIM module in there. That one's done. It's updated. So now we got the APIM one. So if you look here, here's all your modules, your vehicle. I'm using FDRS. Here's your high-speed 1, high-speed 2 bus, your medium-speed bus. Sometimes there's another bus. You'd have to have 4 mega CAN channels. CARDAC 3 is supposed to support that, so we're good there. But you got, when you go in here, you got, you got to download these and run these applications like your power balance and all this stuff. You got programmable features, guided functions. But if you go to SW updates, software updates, all these modules below here are been updated. So all these are updated. So if you look, where's the FC? Well, it's all updated. So what we have left is the APIM. Let me go refresh this again. So if I go down here, I open this TSB up from Ford. It tells you general information sync bulletin from 19 October 21, 11 pages long. Tells you why you do sync updates. Make sure if you're doing sync 1 and 2, you got to have a male to male A connection and a male to female B 5-pin adapter for sync 1 and 2. Apparently this is supposed to do the older sync 1 and 2s as well. I guess in the past you had to have a VCM 2 or 3, but FDRS is supposed to do them. Even though it's not an FDRS vehicle, I believe it'll still do the sync 1 and 2s according to this document and other data I looked into. So he's got a sync 3. His is a sync 3. Sync 3, you have to have a minimum of 32 gigs. Like I said, we bought a 64. Must be formatted to EXFAT and FAT32 for Gen 2 equipped vehicles according to the workshop manual. If you use smaller 4 or 8, it could cause issues. For Sync 4, you gotta have 64 or larger. It tells you how to do all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. So what we're gonna do, and there's the FDRS screen I just installed from Ford's website. $50 for a 2-day pass. You still get the 2-day pass for FJDS as well. So we're gonna hit download. Key on, engine off. We're going to hit run. Again, it says downloading vehicle software. Before commencing this procedure, connect the vehicle to a suitable external power supply. Yes. Turn ignition on, engine off. We already did that. So it's operation in progress, running data collection, please wait. So once there's some changes on the screen, I'll let you know. So the following screen will display applications available for module. Do not make any changes unless instructed to do so. Okay. Applications. X means no longer compatible. Check marks previously installed application. So, it says part number is there. Two different part numbers. Sync version 3.4. Non-EU, whatever that is. Non-language pack. Okay, let me take a look at this. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is hit OK. It says the following will update the module software using a USB device. The process will be much faster if you have a Sync 3 universal USB device with the latest software files. Do you have a Sync 3 universal USB device? Alright, so what this is asking is, this process will be much faster if you have a Sync 3 universal USB device with the latest software files. I have a universal USB device, but I don't have the software files on it. So I'm going to hit no. Select the USB device memory location in the following screen note. Make sure the USB device is exFAT formatted and has at least 16 gigs of space. Ours is formatted to exFAT and it's got 64 gigs. So it's to select the USB memory device location in the following screen. So we're going to hit OK. We're going to put the USB in. Alright, so I put the USB in. We're going to hit Browse. This PC. And we're going to hit USB, select folder, and we're going to hit OK. So now it says process and requested files, and it should be downloading these files to the USB. So that's what it's doing. Now I'm going to pause it until we get some changes. Alright, so we're still downloading on the USB device. Now, going back to that previous message, if we already had the files downloaded on the USB device from, say, Ford's website or whatever, we wouldn't have to do this part. But we are downloading it onto the USB device, and then I imagine it's going to have us take it out and put it into the truck USB next. All right, so now we're continuing the download here onto the USB device. It's 98%, 99%, 100%. See what it's doing now. It's process and requested files. It'll let it do its thing. Alright, so we're finishing up right here. Process requested files. Yeah, so you'll have more. So now it's doing process requested files again. So I'll pause it again. Alright, so we're almost done again with the process requested files. 99, 100%. It says extracting files to pen drive. So it must be putting them on to the USB drive now. I would imagine we'll let it do its thing. Alright, so now we're extracting files to pen drive, which must be the USB drive they call it. And it's doing it again, so I'll pause it again. Alright, so we're almost done again here at 95%. See what it tells us to do next for the sync module programming. Still extracting more files. I'll pause it again. Alright, so now we're at 98% again, extracting files to the drive, USB drive. Okay, so it says right here, files have been successfully copied to the selected USB drive. You can now safely remove the USB drive from your computer and take it to the vehicle. Plug the USB drive into the vehicle sync USB port. Installation process will begin. After installation is complete, please insert the same USB drive back into the PC and press OK. So we'll do that next. Alright, so I unplugged it from the computer. And then I plugged it into the USB port. I took the other USB that was in there from the guy's music. And now it says updating system software. Once that is done, I'll unplug it, plug it back into the computer, and then hit OK. So I'll let that process for now. All right, so it says installation complete. You may now remove your USB device. Updates will take effect the next time you start your vehicle. So I'm going to remove it. And then I'm going to plug it back into my computer. So now it's plugged back in. I'm going to hit OK. Please make sure installation is complete and the USB device has been removed from the vehicle. Hit OK. It says I'm waiting for module to reboot. Please wait. I'll pause it while it finishes this. Alright, so it was black. It came back on with the Ford emblem. Now it's coming back up with that. It says waiting for module to reboot. Please wait. It's counting up. It says operation progress, establishing comms, validating software. We'll make sure that all passes. Module will be now configured. Now it's configuring the module. So I turn ignition off. Hit OK. It says procedure unsuccessful. Main update process. Failed to restore module configuration. Well, that's not good. Then it says application finished. Press OK. So I'll see what I meant by that here in a second. We'll restart it here. Key on engine off.
Rinse and repeat kind of thing. Just follow the instructions on the screen.
Let me restart everything and see what we got going on. Alright, so I started the truck. Everything came back online. Do key on engine off again. And then I got key on engine off. There's all these codes in here. Because of... So there's no software update because we did that. I had to refresh it. But let me clear all these codes from programming. Just got to find where they do that on View continuous memory codes. There'll be a lot of codes from the program for modules being on and offline. Now that message where it said module configuration, we'll validate that, make sure it's still good. I think it said that because it told you to turn the key off and then it didn't. It was trying to read it while the key was off, I believe. But we'll verify that here. Come on. I'll pause it till it catches up. Well, there it is. Yeah, it's a bunch of lost COM-U codes. They're all a bunch of lost COM-U codes. So I want to clear and reset these. Oh. I want to clear all these codes. And then make them all green again, hopefully. It's all green. Go back to vehicle identification, we're all green. Go to toolbox. So those are self-tests. Go to software updates. I don't know if this thing's acting slow because my internet's slow. It says now it says there's no software updates. FDRS checks the software level. Yeah, everything is up to date. Let me log out and log back in to verify. Alright, so I restarted it. Everything's green again. Everything's green. Go to toolbox. There's no more updates. And if you look, APIM's good. And the FCIM is good. So those are the two we did. APIM that. So I did have a configuration error, it said, and I don't know if it's because it told you to shut the key, it told us to shut the key off, but we can go in here and look at APIM configuration and download and run this app and see what we come up with, just to verify. And I think that's just the settings and stuff. I want to see what it shows here to make sure we're, you know, good to go. Obviously everything's working correctly, but I just want to verify. The application will download the configuration data to the module or allow customer changes. Yes, we have the battery. So I'm going to let it do its thing. It's loading data. So you can do customer preferences, or you can restore the configuration using as-built data. We're going to do as-built data. This function should be used to restore the vehicle configuration to factory settings. Use this function. Become corrupted. Yes. It's on. Screen went black. This is like settings and stuff. I just want to make sure it's good. I guess you can do customization of it, but I'm not sure why it failed that process, if it got the wrong as-built data or what. Turn it off. Hit OK. Well, I don't know why it's asking me that again. I'll hit use an as-built data again. Well, I guess it already did it. So we're good. Let me do it again since I'm already in this process. So now it's just pulling the configuration. So that it's good now. Show you here. Went black, now it's coming back on. Again, I wonder what the customer preferences you could change, but I'm not going to look into that. Turn it off. Hit OK. Then we can exit. So we restored it to the as-built data. You can do customer preferences, but we're not going to hit select for exit. Application finished. Hopefully it works this time. So I have my key off still. Now it's going back to the toolbox. Let me turn my key back on and we should be good to go. Do software updates, make sure we're good. Yes, we are good to go. We'll do a rerun test. Alright, so I reran the test there, network test. We're all green. Every module is updated. Everything is good. So that is it for this 2021 Ford Ranger. APIM and FCIM update using FDRS. Well, I said I was done, but I am done with that truck. Well, the truck I'm looking at now, which is, it should be a separate video, what it should be, but I just wanted to add it to this. This is a 2020 Ford F-150, and I'm using FDRS again, my Cardac 3. When you go in here, it's going to be this F-150, which is the VIN 253. What it's going to say here is the only thing it's going to be able to do is the sync module. Not the other modules. It can tell me to do the other modules, you have to use FJDS. So once that pulls up, it'll tell us that. Which kind of proves my point earlier that you can use FDRS to do the sync modules on these different vehicles, supposedly. But sometimes you still have to use FJDS depending on the platform, the architecture of it. But I guess I don't know what sync this is. If it's sync, I would still think it's sync 3 or something, but sync 1 and 2, you're supposed to still be able to use FDRS on it, even on the older trucks, according to what I found. So let's see what it pops up here and says. The only thing that shows right now is the APIM module. Well, yeah, only sync modules are supported by FDRS on this vehicle. You can continue for sync modules or close FDRS and launch FJDS, which I launched earlier, and then this thing does need an update. But I'm going to do that on my own time, not in this video. So I've had other videos on doing updates on FJDS, but I just wanted to show you that last part. So that is it for this video.